Good morning, everybody. Well, it's day 4 on my touring West Virginia trip. Hello. Immediately starting up this hill this morning. It's a big one. 1.5 miles, 2 miles, 500 to 700 foot of elevation gain. Gravel. This should be my only decent climb of the day. About 7 miles or so to Glady, and from Glady I'll be jumping on the West Fork Rail Trail. Oh man, I'm gonna wait till I get over this hill before I do any blabbing. Once I get over the hill, I got it licked. If this was the first hill, well, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but if this was the first day and the first hill, probably wouldn't be that bad. I'm still figuring out how I feel this morning. Yesterday I was outright exhausted. Anyways, on we go. Man, that's a long hill. From the campground, it was 1.5 miles to the top of the hill. You gotta watch these corners in gravel roads because they get washboarded out. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm riding the brakes. I'm not just coasting down this hill. Heading towards the West Fork Rail Trail. There it is. What a ride. Yesterday, I really pushed myself to the limits. I was quite exhausted when I got to camp. I had to force myself to eat. It's hard to eat when you're exhausted. Probably dehydrated a little. I don't know. Lesson learned. If I ever do a single track bike path again, I'm going to have some information on it. Someone's going to have to tell me it's good to go. I tried to get info on that trail. I couldn't find anything online other than the fact that it's a single track trail. Oh, I'm hitting pavement. I messaged someone, but they never got back to me. That's probably, if I'm being honest, that's probably the closest I've been to actually being in danger out on a bike trip. That was kind of a close call. I had no idea how long it would take me once I got going on the trail. And I just kept going thinking it would clear up, and it never did. But by the time I got to the top of the ridge, like 3 miles in, I was like, well, if I turn around now, I'm gonna miss it. Headed to the West Fork Rail Trail right outside of Glady, West Virginia. I'm not familiar with Glady, West Virginia, but I don't think there's anything there. No convenience stores or anything. But I tell you what, if there is, I'm stopping. Last night when I got to camp, I had to borrow a pen from the neighbors in order to fill out the little reservation sheet. They hooked me up with a Pepsi. After drinking it, I felt a lot better. I was pretty exhausted, so I just went and laid down and went to bed. I was probably in my tent passing out at 8:30. So this morning when I got up, I walked over and left a sticker on their table. I don't know if they'll see it or know what it is. Hey, if y'all see the little sticker and you scan the code and find my page and you see this, say hello. Anyways, the rest of the trip should be fairly easy. I got 50 miles today to Cass, which is the north end of the Greenbrier Rail Trail. And from there, 25 miles to Marlinton, which is where I'm ending at. I don't know, like and subscribe, follow along. On we go. Probably gonna be in the mid 80s. I was really hoping to see some critters, but I haven't seen much. I guess a lot of deer, and some chipmunks and rabbits. I thought I'd see some snakes out on the road, but I haven't. Bear would have been cool. Something I've been saying the past few years. If you've never been to the east side of the New River Gorge in West Virginia, then you haven't been to West Virginia. That's my statement, and I'm sticking to it. Well, I have made it to the West Fork Rail Trail, starting on the north end in Glady and heading to Durbin, West Virginia. Should be a railroad grade, 22 miles long. I stopped in Glady and tossed my drone up. Now Glady's basically a corner with some houses. And somebody came outside and stood on their porch and just stared at me. I said hello. They did not. Anyways, it is 10 after 9. Most of the climbing should be done. I don't think there'll be any on this rail trail until I get to Durbin. And then there's probably a little bit of elevation on the road from Durbin to Greenbank to Cass. Anyways, if you're still watching, I appreciate it. This is a beautiful area. On we go. It is Sunday. I don't think it's rained since Thursday. Trail looks a little damp though. You can definitely see where there's been some ATVs on it. Well, so far it's starting off really gorgeous. Seems like a really isolated area. Might be some critters. Tons of wildflowers so far. I believe from the north side in Glady to the south side in Durbin, it's a decline. If it stays like this, it'll be super sweet. I had a fella message or comment saying he was on the Greenbrier trail and asking when I would be there, wanting to ride with me. But at the time, it was at the end of day 2 and I had no idea honestly when I'd make it there. But he said he's leaving today. So I will make it to Cass today and probably find one of the campsites on the Greenbrier for this evening. Unless I make really good time and then I just bike on into Marlinton. It's hard to plan around these elevation climbs I've had the past few days. I don't know what you call these, like cut-throughs. You end up with a kind of a grade on both sides of the trail where they cut it through for the railroad line. Pretty common to have moisture through those. Alright, definitely need some drainage. There's no way around this. Let's see if I can pedal through it. Oh, that's close. Just to the bottom of my shoes. What the? I don't know where the trail went, but I am not happy about this. I'll tell you what, this certainly makes me appreciate the Greenbrier. It's a beautiful spot too. Too bad they're not maintaining this better than they are. About 4 or 5 miles into the trail from the north side, and the gravel's all but disappeared. I'm rolling along in grass. There's some gravel. This is a really, really gorgeous area. I like to see a little more maintenance on this. Kind of a decline. If this was an incline through this grass and dirt, it would be a lot rougher than it is. Anyways, like and subscribe, follow along. On we go. I'm almost halfway done with the trail. I've been at it for 2 hours to get 10 miles. There is no gravel. There is so much resistance biking through this grass. That's what this is. The majority of this so far has just been grass. And I am exhausted. That's not to be negative towards those who work the trail. I'm guessing it's more of a funds issue than it is work. It's been a decline almost the entire trail, and I'm still just crawling through. So much resistance trying to push through the grass. Every once in a while you'll hit a spot where the sun don't hit, and there'll be a patch of gravel. But at this point it's super rare. But I mentioned I'm exhausted. It's a shame too, because this entire path, the scenery is just absolutely beautiful. On the top end of absolute beauty, full of wildflowers and butterflies. On we go. Beaver Den. And the Beaver's Dam. Look how tall that dam is. Made it to Durbin. Took me nearly 4 hours. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I can find food around here or not. But I'm gonna get some if I can. I think I got 20 miles to cast on 250. From Durbin, or Cass, you can take the scenic railroad back and forth from Cass to Durbin. That is a nice mural. Durbin. They got a caboose. Hey, you guys heading back to Cass? Well, I'll give you one guess as to where I'm at.
Up to the high falls of Cheat. High falls of Cheat is an 18-foot high, 150-foot wide waterfall located in one of the most remote and lovely settings.
I made it to Durbin, and I was going to get some food, and I just so happened to get to Durbin right when the train was taking off. So I got myself on the train. The train goes to Durbin, back to Cass. So I am not going to be swinging by the Green Bank, but you can check it out on my other videos. But I'm on the dang train. It's not just any train. This is a steam-powered locomotive. Dying. Well, it's like a 2-hour ride back to Cass. And what's funny, I probably could have done it on a bike in 3 hours. I don't know, it really depends on the elevation gain. I got a couple of Sprites before jumping on this train. I got there, finagled my way onto the train, jumped right on. I wasn't in town 10 minutes before the train was taking off. Alright, so I'm going to ride this train back to Cass, and depending on how I feel when I get back to Cass, I might go ahead and bike back into Marlinton. It's 25 miles on the Greenbrier from Cass to Marlinton, give or take. Probably be back to Cass and get this ticket paid for by 4 o'clock. Like and subscribe, follow along. I guess who knows what kind of adventures we're going to get into. I think it's funny that I'm on this train. I was feeling bad because I mean, technically I'm tapped out. So I got off from the West Fork Rail Trail halfway through at Iron Bridge. That's the name of the place, Iron Bridge. There's nothing there, it's just called Iron Bridge. Almost the entire trail that I was on was just a grass field. So a lot of resistance the entire way. I gave up, tapped out, got off the trail, and I biked a gravel road back to Durbin, or to Durbin, and it was up and down rolling hills. Like, I'm exhausted. Yesterday was worse than I thought it was. I'm lucky that I got off the West Fork Trail because it looks like places I could see the trail along the road. It was just mud or grass. So I need to look into it. I thought it was a more maintained trail. And right off the bat, let me just say, me being negative about anything is not necessarily about the people who maintain the trail. This is probably more along the issue of funding to pay for gravel than anything else. But the West Fork is probably awesome on a horse. It's kind of sad because it's one of the most beautiful areas I've been to the first 11 miles. Anyways, I am going to jump off here and I will see you back. Yes. Such a beautiful area.
We went there yesterday and
mile marker 81. There's your caboose. I got some footage of this on my last Greenbrier trip in December. Look at these cabooses. Cass, West Virginia, the north end of the Greenbrier River Trail. Cass, West Virginia, people. Steam locomotive, coal powered. That was a nice break. Well, I guess technically I made it to Cass. Had me some ice cream and a hot dog and a Gatorade in that order. And now the intention is to get to Marlinton, which will be the end of my trip. I don't know. I have to feel like I tapped out, but I mean, technically I got to ride the steam powered train, so like, that's pretty cool. I did want to film in Durbin more. When I got there, the train was basically leaving and I hopped on. I had to talk to the conductor. The conductor hooked me up and let me on. And then the ladies in Cass hooked me up. I'm not going to say I got to ride the train for free, but it didn't add to my expenses. Anyways, I'm in Cass. I got about 25 miles on the Greenbrier River Rail Trail to get to Marlinton. This is where I'm parked. I'm just going to force it out. It's 4:30. To be honest, I'm exhausted. I'll blab some more on the way down the trail. I gotta get going. Thank you for watching. Well, I'm about done with the trip. It is 4:45. I got 25 miles to get back to my car. There's a slight decline all the way back to Marlinton. Pretty exhausted. I'll be honest, I kind of don't feel a sense of accomplishment that I normally get with Type 2 fun. Yesterday, to be honest, went beyond Type 2 fun. And if I'm being honest, it's probably the closest that I've gotten to thinking I was going to need to call for emergency help. And that's my bad, I guess, for not researching more. But I got through it, got to camp, and then I thought today was going to be easy, and it was not. In the shade, it's 91 degrees. So it's a hot day. We went straight from tsunami to a heat wave. And I'm blabbing. I wonder if I blab to help kill time. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Maybe some more rambling. I'll get my feedback on the way home. Overlicked. Quite the train depot. Coming up on mile 71 soon. clover lick is between 71 and 72. So, the Allegheny Trail, the Allegheny Highlands Trail, and the Allegheny Mountain Trail are 3 different trails. The Allegheny Trail is a backpacking trail similar to the Appalachian Trail, just not that long. The Allegheny Highlands Trail is a rail trail. It's what I hit on my first day. I really enjoyed the Allegheny Highlands Trail. The Allegheny Mountain Trail does not exist. Do not be dumb and push your bike up the mountain. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Nope, they got a caboose. She's a little rough, but she's a caboose. Great train station. That's it for this trip. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you're still watching this, share it with your friends. You must like it. Thanks. I am exhausted.
This is quality content.
Like and subscribe.